Alrighty. It's time as we begin to have our fun and go off into the land of Teldore. You watch and remember how you could send us that sweet, sweet inspiration. Very much appreciate it. Fairly sure that could be the only reason we survived last week. So now they're good. Speaking of last week, after some investigation into what was going on with the children, we investigated a dream journal, and in understanding specifically how it works, there was an awakening of some type of creature linked to the children that immediately attacked. This seemed to attack Mortis and was defeated at the cost of one of the children that was quickly saved by a very good, a quick thinking of our characters. Then, in a way to check on the other children, magic was used in order to see them by Mortis, until the creatures that were being looked at decided to look back and began manifesting themselves, tearing Mortis apart. Their inner self ripped to shreds as it tried to begin to hear. Everyone sprang into action and was ultimately saved by Nala's quick working of this cauldron that she had bounded to. And using her wits and her connection with children, specifically these, she was able to sacrifice much of her own health in order to bind these creatures. Once bound, there was the small matter of finding out what to do to possibly restore the children. It seemed that these binded monsters could be the key, but only if you had some pure dream to the corrupted dream. Sayuri had, as far as known to our characters, the last remaining shred of pure dream that was available. And risking its utter destruction, began a ritual that ultimately restored some of the children. So now only two remain still in this place of darkness, Ava and Emma. So, after taking a brief breath of that, they are ready to start the second hour of their morning. And thus, we will catch up with them there. Well, the kids are tired. They're all leaning upon Dargo, ready to go if all of you are ready, as they breathe a little more easily, being rescued, and the other two still in this catatonic state that you found them in when you rescued them, or seemingly rescued them from the woman who had them in their care. So what would you like to do?
Real quick, before we pack all our things up to leave, am I able to find soil, like, that would be good for maybe plants or gardening or anything that might be rich that's better than just dirt?
Should you want to like take that with you? Is the idea, or
Right. I just need a handful.
Yeah, make a survival check.
That's 25.
Yeah, like searching through near some of the roots of the trees. I think specifically here and mixing together some of the stuff from your previous, or going back to previous campsite and going back onto the witches or the woman, you're able to get some ash mixed in with dirt and stuff, and kind of put together a very healthy soil pack.
Okay, and I want to kind of dump out my tinder box that I have and fill it with this soil and put honey nut in the soil as kind of a place where they can stay comfortable while we travel.
Oh, this is nice. I like this.
Oh, good. I'm glad you like it. I hoped you would.
Oh, start stretching out a little bit. Oh, thank you. I take a nap.
Excellent.
Oh, good.
I've got a quick question.
Mhm.
You said that this was not a permanent solution. This was a temporary fix for the children, right?
In the way that temporary, in the way that if they don't get a connection to the dream world, it only lasts so long, but permanent enough for what you need them to do.
Okay.
So it likely like 1 to 3 years, probably something like that, maybe a little longer, depending on what they do, where they might go. So it's not like days, right?
Gotcha.
You didn't risk this for days, right? You did this, and they're very good, but of course, if you don't fix the source of the issue, then they could be in danger again.
Okay. Okay. Well, when we start traveling, Sayori's gonna pull Nala aside, probably to the back, have us following a little bit out of earshot.
Okay.
This isn't a permanent fix, Nala.
I know.
Okay. It's not gonna, like, we need to figure out a way to fix the dreams. And I don't know exactly how we're gonna do that.
Yes, you do.
I do?
Yes. These children, they are given our help, and they are what you call a temporary fix. Well, yes, it is temporary, but as is with all things, there's more temporary than ours. All we can do is, with what time we have, show them guidance, love, strength, resolve. When the time comes for this dream world, this fixing of things, you will know what to do. Maybe not right now, but every person is challenged in their own way. And when they face that challenge, they will see what is right and what is wrong. For example, you could have chosen not to risk. But out of character, I don't know if she risked that dough, do I? I might have to rephrase that.
I think I said that it was a risk to the dream shard itself. Yes.
Okay. You chose to risk the dream shard for what could have been a failure. But I knew it was going to work. You made the right call. You made a difficult call. But you showed you are capable of making a moral and righteous decision. Where I am from, those are the moments we are judged by. I think you are more capable than maybe you realize.
Yeah, you're right. Like, I do doubt myself a lot in my capabilities, but I'm getting there. And if I have someone like you beside me, I know that we can get through this and we can make things right. The whole party. We'll take care of this. We'll get everything back to the way it's supposed to be.
Do not worry, Sari. If you stumble, I will catch you.
I'll try and catch you if you stumble too. I'm not very strong like you.
I'm very heavy.
I would be happy to be squished beneath your weight if you fell.
I am not sure you would.
Probably not, but I would pretend to be happy. How about that?
Very well.
And Nala?
Yes.
When we get the time, do you think you could help me figure out what to do with this mop I call hair? It's grown so long and I don't know what to do with it.
Oh. Yes. I think I can come up with something.
Thank you.
And perhaps you can help me with something.
Okay.
I do not care to speak it right now, but it is a concern I have.
Well, whenever you wish to come to me about it, then don't hesitate.
I won't.
You really are a great person, Nala. I'm glad we have you on their team.
I am very glad to be here. And I think Nala will make her way back up to the kids, make sure they don't fall down. But she wants them to still walk because she knows that's good for them. So
Yeah. And yeah, as you do so, this is going to be Alicia, who begins, the one that seems to be falling the most, because every moment that she feels any amount of energy, she tries to push herself to like do a lap around Doggo, or like grab onto the ears, or just is hurting and is as messed up as the other kids, but just is like, gotta move faster, and will occasionally, a few times, was about to fall in the dirt if you don't grab her and just steady her for a few moments. She learns the lesson for a good 4 minutes before going again.
okay, yeah. And yeah, I forgot one of these were 3, so I would go ahead and pick up Ethan. I'm not going to make him walk the full. And
So we look at the years.
so yeah, I think I would take Alicia by the hand and say, "Walk like me," and just try to teach her pace.
Okay. I love it. Ethan, you're up. Novum, you're on your own. 4, you're good. Oh, man.
Well, Alicia's the oldest who can move on her own, so.
Yeah, no, I gotcha. So yeah. Continue to do that, and it's definitely good. So, yeah. In that case, you continue the journey here. Anything else on the way that we should take note of?
As we travel, Mortis would invite Sayuri to hop up on the driver's bench of the cart, because I imagine that's where he's been sitting. Sayuri,
Yeah.
you seem to be rather important to the Feywild at this point. This worries me. Not because I don't think you'll do great things, but as Dizzy became more important to her realm, she changed in ways that weren't quite clear. Are you worried the same might happen to you?
Yes and no. I know who I am. I've been me, this Sayuri, since birth. Things are changing rapidly. And I think with Dizzy, it's just that for the longest time, she was one person, then she was another person, and now that she regained her title as queen, those two people are merging into one, and it just, I'm sure for anybody that would happen to, it would become confusing.
I agree.
I mean, yeah, I don't know exactly what's happening. They don't exactly teach how to become an archfey in Feywild. They don't teach that to their children or anything. So, yeah, all of this is new to you and me. And another difference between Dizzy and me is I'm not a queen.
Are you sure about that?
Yes. Question mark.
All right. Well, one more thing, Sayuri. Your choice to run off with Nala to hunt a dragon
Oh,
seems a bit reckless, given how important you are to the Feywild. I don't know that our mission would... It would become a great deal more complicated without you.
listen, Mortis. I was not in a right state of mind, and I made a promise, and Nala is now my sister, and I had to help my sister in arms against this dragon foe.
Oh, Faye and their promises. Be careful what you promise. They seem to get you in trouble.
Not me.
I'd rather not have to continue without you. And not just because it would make the mission hard. It would hurt to lose you. You are a good friend.
She pats Mortis on the arm. I would hate to lose anybody here. And I would hate to put you guys in that position. I'll try and be more careful.
Just if you're going to be reckless, make sure we're all ready to follow.
Yes, sir. And she'll do a mock salute to him and then stick out her tongue and jump off the wagon.
Mortis will chuckle and continue driving.
Very good.
So, Matt, there are a couple of things that Bim would do that don't necessarily have to be role played. I think that throughout the day, he would every once in a while walk in front of the kids and sort of do a slapstick, slip and fall, hop kind of, performance to sort of try and lighten up the kids' spirits, and sort of try to bring them some joy. And then he would also spend part of his day, he would go up to Rowan and he would start describing a place in the Feywild in Common. Then he would describe it again in Sylvan. And then he would do that for like an hour or two during the journey.
Okay.
And one more thing with Bim. Sayuri would like to enlist his help.
Okay.
I need to find a bunch of flowers.
All right. So Bim would then also be on the lookout for different kinds of flowers as they wandered.
And so in Sayuri, she's just looking for a bunch of flowers. Different colors, shapes, sizes.
How many does Druidcraft let you just make?
Good point. But searching is a thing to kill some time as you're walking.
Yeah.
Just waiting to cue the failed survival check as we pick up poison flowers.
Yes, let's do that survival check.
Do both of us do it, or do you want one of us to do it?
Both of you can do it.
Okay. What's my survival? Right, survival. There it is. Down at the very bottom. Yep, I've been rolling really bad today. That's a 4.
With my +9 in survival, it's a 28.
Nice. All right. And what did you get, Siri?
4.
4? Okay. Okay. No, we're about the 28. Yeah, so you're just looking for just really nice flowers?
Yeah.
Okay. It takes a little bit, but as you see, you're able to, especially with Bim, able to go rather quickly in his here and gone state to quickly grab a bouquet, and soon you have this rainbow of color and fragrance. It's quite nice.
Amazing. Well, she's just going to kind of keep those like under, I don't know if there's a bench in the back of or a safe place she can put the flowers in the back of the wagon, but she'll stick that there for now.
Okay. All right, so you get that back safely. Very good. And I would say too, just a second. Here we go. In addition, you hear a voice in your head, Sayuri. Let me see this. It says, Sayuri? Little Say?
Who's this?
They're sending. Give me a second.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Do I call on you now for power? Artie's alive and returned to the wilds. There's a new king of Summer Court.
Okay, so Yuri will just stop dead in her tracks. Okay, who is this? Call on me for what? What's happening here? And that's it.
Okay. They don't cast again in this moment.
Oh! Oh no! Oh! Guys! There's news!
Rengar's looking like threats that are trying to come out of the world and attack Sayuri.
Guys!
What? What is it?
Okay, so Artagan's alive. He's back in the Feywild. There's a new king of the Summer Court. Somebody just, I don't know who it was. Somebody just messaged me. They have something about power. I don't know. Like, what's happening?
Well, Rengar doesn't know enough about magic to really ask helpful questions.
Can I do a medicine check just to see if she's all right?
Did she have a stroke? Did she just have a stroke outright?
Okay,
You're so toast.
So she's actually standing there like this with her head with her hands on her head. She's like, ah! Oh my god! Yeah. So
I love the ears, by the way.
aren't they great?
30-20.
She seems in good health.
Just seriously confused.
Did you get a name?
No.
Oh. Did you?
I guess that's how it might feel when I send messages to people I don't know either. Remember you had me send that message to a friend of yours?
Oh, Shinrail, didn't you? I thought you said you're. I don't know anymore. All I know. Okay. Okay.
Calm down, breathe.
Okay.
Not in my face.
All right. Olivia. Bim, do you know what they're talking about?
No, but did you grant them power?
I don't know who it was to grant them power.
Oh.
Did you recognize the voice?
Did I recognize the voice?
Give me an intelligence check.
Intelligence.
History if you're proficient.
Let's see. Where's my history? Oh, it's the same thing. I'm not proficient, but it's the same thing. Oh, that's not a 4. That's a 14. Okay. 17.
17. You do recognize it.
Oh.
It's not as crazed or desperate, but you heard it calling out from the Dark Tower in the Feywild.
Oh, from the tower.
Yeah.
It was a Oh, she's pointing at them, just saying, oh. You weren't with us.
Oh,
That's right.
oh, yay! What?
You remember how you guys heard mine and my sister's name being called from the tower?
I can imagine it.
Okay. It was that voice. I don't know how to grant. Do I just try and connect with that person?
You
How
grant
do I do
power
this?
now?
I guess. How do I do this?
But wait, and this, because I was absent in those sessions following all of that, and so I myself, I don't remember Ringar might, I don't know. But did we actually meet the people in the tower?
No.
Right. We can't assume that they're being truthful.
Well, there's one way to find out. Irvier,
Yeah.
can you cast a message? Cast sending?
Can you send a message to someone you've never met?
Not
I-
really.
Oh.
However,
Don't know how that works.
a voice hits your head again, Siri.
Oh, okay.
Beatet Libyan,
Beatet Libyan.
you are the new Archfey. Congrats! Shinreo has taken the mantle. I'd be proud to serve you in Artie's absence. Many blessings, they say.
She goes catatonic for a couple minutes.
Sayuri.
She puts up a finger as a hold on a second.
I think she might be getting more messages. That looks like your messages face.
So now, as you hear the name,
Mm-hmm.
Beatet Libyan, you do remember this woman who had run away from military duty long ago. She served alongside of you and Selfarin,
Okay.
and she was much like you. Both her and her brother ran from the Feywild. Her brother, more with a blessing and an official goodbye. You remember tales that she ran off with Artagnan somewhere.
Okay.
But you knew her, you served with her. Somewhat aware of her.
All right. Okay.
Not heard of her
Well-
since.
Yeah. Okay. Well, what she's gonna do is she's gonna jump head first into the fire and be like, "Proud to have you on board. Let's do this." And hocus pocus, where's your focus? And yay.
That
What
was an
did they,
interesting compact.
did they say something else to you?
Okay, yeah, I actually served with her. Me and my sister both served with her. And she kind of ran off with Artagan. Shinrael is now the king of the summer court, so yeah, on him. And I am new Archfey in taking up where Artagan left off.
How long ago was it that you last saw her?
I don't know.
Long enough that you don't remember.
Well, I mean, the Feywild, the time there is
And-
wishy-washy.
She's been in the Feywild this whole time.
Yes.
The
She-
Feywild that's being invaded by the Shadowfell.
Yes.
Where
But-
if she's captured and turned against us, she could then ask for power from you as a previous acquaintance.
I don't think she's in the Feywild right now.
Revere, correct me if I'm wrong, but sending messages like that, don't you have to be on the same plane of existence?
There's an off chance that the message may not go through, but Shinryo, that's the person you had me send the sending to.
Yes. Why don't you message him and ask him about her?
He's a king now. Am I allowed to?
Why not? You talk to
I don't
me.
think there's
I'm an
restrictions on
archfey.
magical messaging.
Do what?
I don't think there are restrictions on magical messaging.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I mean,
I wouldn't know what to say.
But also, Rengar, I understand your concern, but if she's making a compact, and if somebody diverts from the compact you make with an archfey, or really if you make an agreement with a fey, you know it's kind of a bad thing, right? So she could withdraw her power from that person if they displease her or do something that don't do something that she wants them to do.
Oh.
she could be my servant for the rest of our existence if I wanted her to, if she broke our pact.
Oh. So.
But I must say that your pact was not very clear.
Right.
I don't know what I'm pacting with her. I've never done this before.
That seems important.
She had a pact with Artagan, but that's kind of messed up right now, I'm guessing.
Okay.
And so she what have I done?
It just seems like when we were in the Feywild and we met the I forgot her name. She had the tower. I wrote it down. It's somewhere.
Oh, Gregoria?
Yes. When we met Gregoria, she seemed to have a great many rules and stipulations to all of her agreements, and that's how she was able to maintain her power despite not being a Fae.
I think it's different when you steal a Fae's power and when a Fae actually lends you power.
Okay.
Above table, have we seen Rowan cast any Eldritch Blast?
I held it once. I never fired it off though.
Okay, so in character, we or at least server wouldn't necessarily know that you have any warlock.
I did do a witch bolt once.
It's all magic to Rengar.
And above table, Rowan would be the only one who knows that there was a party of people that were close to that tower.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
I don't know. Would that have worked? Me being like, here, yeah, let's be friends. I don't know if that would have worked. I don't know anything about this.
No, fuck around and find out.
Yeah, you'll figure it out. You'll figure it out.
All right.
Yeah. It's sort of how we're doing this. It's out of a little bit of ignorance. And it's fun. So excuse me. Yeah, so I think with that, you can continue here. And let me ask this: any major things? Because you have the conversations, but just any things you want to officially state you're doing during this traveling as we go ahead a few days.
At night one night, but go ahead, Nala.
Did you have something, Nala?
I'm sorry. You go ahead.
Okay, well, those flowers that Siri had Bim pick, she's actually going to make it into like several small bouquets with a larger bouquet, and she's going to quietly, while Erfir is asleep, she's going to quietly and carefully put the big bouquet in his hands and surround his head with the small bouquets.
So Ervir would wake up, and before I get on with it, Matt, the loss of the spell slot, that's in perpetuity, right?
Yes, for right now.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. And flowers? Look up around. It's Ervir has long hair, so I'm guessing some of them may have gotten entangled in it.
Oh, yeah.
Guys, is this some sort of ritual? What's going on?
Oh my goodness, Ervir, you've been blessed by the flower gods.
I'm sorry?
You've never seen this before? Have you never heard of it?
No.
They just found you so beautiful and so pure that they just blessed you with flowers.
And Ervir has like tan skin as is, and you just see him right underneath his eyes just blush. Do you really think so?
Yeah. I've only seen it happen once, and that was like 75 years ago.
What happens now?
You just have the blessing of the flowers. Keep the big bouquet with you at all times.
Can you do me one favor?
Mm.
Don't tell Rowan. He's the one that always had the lux between us.
Okay, I won't.
And he'll start carrying the bouquet of flowers with him as underneath his cloak.
Okay. Anything else on the road here to Kymal?
Nala would take one of the Alicia out for a hunt.
Okay. I get some food one night. That makes sense to me. So you should have to go keep looking at this. The 6-year-old. Very good. She goes, "Oh, what are we hunting?"
I would take a look around. Survival, I guess.
Yeah, Nork.
Not good. That's a 7. So I'm not. It's hard to see many trails here. Must have recently had strange weather. But usually, this close to a trail, you'll find carnivores, things looking for a quick meal. So just follow my lead, and we'll see if we can sniff something else.
Okay. And there's this interpretation of your movements as she tries to like hop from one of your massive footprints to the other. Like, oh. And whenever you look back, she's trying to do your stance and hold your stick like you hold your sword best she can, or glaive. though you seem not to find anything this particular time.
I would also have my mastiff with me to kind of see if they sniffed anything.
Sure, you can go ahead and let the Mastiff make a survival with the sniffer.
Much better than mine. That is a 16.
Okay. Perfect. Doggo takes off on a scent, and as you and Alicia follow quickly behind, you come upon this large elk that seems to be grazing by itself at the moment.
Okay. Does it look like the elk has any young nearby?
It's with the survival you look, it doesn't seem to be.
All right. Alicia, you stay back there behind that log. Just watch.
Okay.
And I would use I think I would use a javelin for this. Yeah.
Okay.
See if I can hit it. Nope. That is a nat 1.
Javelin goes. Any other attacks? Was that it?
I think. Oh wait, I do have a second attack, don't I? So yeah, I would try to quickly follow that up with charging at it with my glaive. Why not? Yeah, that's what we'll do. That seems like a smart idea. Okay, yeah, that's like a 26 to hit.
That hits.
Yeah. All right, that will be 11 piercing.
Okay. So with your glaive, you dig it and it wiggles and makes this whine on your blade. Anything else?
I would just kind of try to keep it steady so it doesn't get away from me, but that's about it.
Okay. Makes this whine, and you hear Lucia go, ah, ah, as blood begins spurting and covering the elk and you from this not quite death wound. It's going to go ahead and disengage as it pushes itself off and runs 50 feet, hobbling.
No, it doesn't.
Okay, yeah, because Sentinel.
Yeah. Yep. All right, that is a 18 to hit.
That hits.
All right. Which is a... that would be a... like a... Good God. That is a 19 damage.
Okay.
On that.
So Good's about 10 feet away. As it starts to go more than 10 feet, you take your blade and are able to, the only move here is to basically hit its back and slice down, letting it bleed out the other end. And it is down and a bit mauled.
Then yeah, I would finish it off. And then I would use my harvesting kit to see what I can get from this thing.
Okay. Alicia.
It's all right, Alicia. It's just I was a little rusty today, is all. I was still very tired from the fight.
All right. Do you want her to help you, or are you just doing this by yourself?
Oh no, I'm going to teach her how to do this.
Okay, so she
It's a very useful skill.
Yeah, very good. She definitely throws up before she comes over, but does make it on over. Yeah, go ahead and make your harvesting check.
All right. And a harvesting check, is that just a what? Is that a
for these purposes it'll be a dex harvesting.
All right.
Should be dex with proficiency.
Okay. All right, that is a 21.
Okay. Yeah, I'll say you get a good 30 pounds of meat from this creature. That is definitely usable. And it's up to you if you want to get a little bit of the skin or the horns or
Oh, yeah.
most of whatever you'd want, I think.
Oh
from
yeah,
this.
she would. She's used to doing this. She would put the meat in little, kind of tie it around Doggo so he can carry it back. Take the antler and just kind of as many useful parts as she can get, so that she's not wasting the kill. Because she was always taught not to do that. And in other words, it has this idea of symbionts with nature and all that. But yeah, so she does all that. She kind of lets Alicia kind of move away if she wants to, because it's her first time, so she gets it. But yeah, she's doing all that.
Yeah. I'd say there's definitely some parts she lets you clean and get off, but she feels that she needs to be a part of this, so she does kind of push and try to do what she can. I think as soon as the antler's off, she sort of just plays with that, just because she distracts herself a bit, carefully.
Yeah.
Kind of like, whoa, swinging it around a little bit.
Alicia, it's not a toy. We need to respect the animals.
Okay.
These will be used. Everything we take will be used.
Can't I use it to pretend right now?
All right.
It's nice. Ha ha! Ah! She starts. You can tell like she's trying to mimic your glaive movements. And then she kind of takes a stick and throws it. It keeps going, I missed! And then runs in. And every time she does the throw, she misses in her pretend world.
Oh, maybe we could forget that part. Yeah, she'll head back once she has the meat that can be cooked. She'll keep the other things in a satchel, but the meat she'll keep out so that it can be cooked when they get back.
Mm-hmm.
I imagine Mortis, along the course of this journey, has been using his brewer supplies to. I imagine he would have picked up some materials and supplies to brew a bigger batch of mead along the way.
Okay.
Just as something to sell when they get to Kymal, and something to use as a cover story of selling trade goods. At least have something in our pockets.
Good. It totally makes sense. Yeah, so you can have a little bit of that. So we'll say we could make a check with your brewer's tools.
What kind of check? Is this
see intelligence?
Intelligence check? Okay. So it's 15 total.
All right. Cool. I would say you're able to get about 2 bottles of mead prepared.
Cool.
I have a question. Because I forgot. During the fight with the lady and the kids, a magic effect happened to Rengar, and there was something of pink that happened. Did anything come of that since we've been traveling the next several days?
Since you've been traveling, no.
Okay.
No. Still holding it.
And then the other thing is the next morning, during that fight, a second ring of jumping appeared on his hand. Is that still there as we travel, or did that disappear?
That is still there.
Okay.
All right.
I think throughout the trip, earlier checking in with the children, he feels linked with Liam and just trying to do what's the wording? Trying to see what kind of home life they really were pulled from, or if they were really in, whether they were in poverty or were they willingly given up or taken from their families.
Okay. I was going to ask Liam. Oh, you were hungry. Their family was hungry, and the woman. I just remember. So you get the sense that they were in kind of their days before they were taken.
Oh.
So all they know is like hungry, has a vague memory of the woman, like as if they came out of it for a little bit, but can't give you much information.
You know, I read in a book that we're considered light bringers, and I kind of cast light on my finger as I'm talking to him. This might be an innate ability that you'll get to do as you grow up.
Hold the hand out. Just kind of smile. And like you sit and try to concentrate, nothing seems to happen. And that'd be fun. Could surprise people. Ha ha! Just kind of see that. Other than that, just kind of plays and walks along these times.
One of the times when we stop for a break during the day, Rengar will go find Nala.
She's cooking meat.
And try to find her specifically when the children are out of earshot.
Okay. In that case, she's cleaning her weapon.
Okay. I was giving it some thought about the ritual that we performed with the cauldron and the sealing of those creatures. Is that something we need to do again for the remaining two?
To be honest, when we get to this town, I am hoping I can find someone who can understand this type of magic, because I still do not know all that it can do.
My worry is that we won't know who to trust with this information. Because what if the woman that we encountered was not working alone in Kymal?
May I ask you a question?
Of course.
Do you trust me?
Yes.
We have known each other for a very short amount of time.
True.
I trust you as well. I trust God's speaker, Moridus, Sayuri, Little Man, and I trust him, but I have not known you all for very long. I think we will know who to trust by following that instinct. when we forget that instinct, then we become our own enemies. There has to be someone you can trust, or I'm not saying we go in and just say, hey, look at this magic, what is it doing? But eventually I'm sure we'll find people who we can trust. I'm cautious. These children's lives depend on whatever magic is in this cauldron. But I also know that they are going to require someone with magical smarts that I do not have.
Mhm. I just was wondering what your thoughts were on having all of the children lucid before we reached town.
I would love that. Do you think that is something... Are you thinking that is something we should try?
I think we could ask the group, see what everyone's thoughts were. If Mortis could lure them into existence again, and if you could bind the remaining two into the cauldron, this time we could be prepared for it. But I wanted to come to you first and see your thoughts.
I would not want to trouble Sayuri with another burden like this. So, at least not so soon. But if you think we should discuss... what I mean to say is, we can go to this town as is and hope that we can find good people. I am not sure if they're the type of people that we can leave the children with, but especially because they gave the children away instead of seeking another solution. But I would hate to put too much pressure on someone who is coming to terms with their own changes. As she was saying earlier, I don't know anything about Archfey or Fey or Summer Kings or Dreamlands or any of these things, and
nor I.
I just don't want... I feel like if I asked her, she would gladly say yes, and then it would be... I don't want her to have to make a decision that could harm her own future.
Mm.
Because even if we do capture these things, we would probably have to do another ritual of some kind, and that would require powers that she knows about, and she might have to risk even more a second time.
Mm.
And maybe there's another solution. I don't like the children being like this, but we are so close to Kymal, and believe me, I will protect them with my life.
So perhaps the way we've used already can be our last resort. And if we find a safer, better way, we can use that first.
Yes.
Good. They are very lucky to have you looking out for them.
I hope so.
or them. And I'll just kind of go back to the other side of camp.
Okay. Then, as you do continue, there are the sites. You eventually can come with the crossroads of the Emerald Path, and also the Wild World Bowery, and you begin up the Wildwood towards Kymal, and you see the very thick forest of the Ivyheart Thicket. It glows red with fire from within and around. On the side facing you, there is a mile wide, almost maw of bleached white ruins. An old, what looks like fort, maybe fortress, maybe village. The kids kind of look as you pass by for around and just, whoa.
Sayuri's doing the same thing as the kids. Whoa!
So Nala speaks to all of them, including Sayuri, when she says, "Children, look."
What is that, Nala?
An episode of the Magic School Bus.
Would I recognize the ruins or know of the ruins based on my studies at the Lyceum or anything of the teachings?
Hey, make a
I was
history
gonna-
check.
I was going to ask if Mortis would have learned anything about them on his travels north the first time.
Sure. Make a history check.
That's a nope for Mortis.
That's 9.
9. No.
Mystery
No.
ruins.
Nala, do you know what those are?
Do I know what those are?
I don't think Nala's aware. I really don't.
No, I do not think so. Do you?
This is my first time being in this area. I've only been to Whitestone, Singorn, and then Mortis's home.
Dangerous. Let's assume very dangerous.
But it's so white. It's so
Nala,
pure looking.
Nala's picturing Mortis's home must be this huge place to be compared to Whitestone and all these other cities.
As we continue, Irvier's just going to be on the lookout for any drag marks or any indication of potential mimics in the area.
Ruined stubble, very.
Just smack the occasional tree, just to be sure.
Hey, don't hit the trees. You'll hurt the dryads.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, ma'am, mister. I'm sorry.
Amazing.
That's what made me laugh. Have any of you guys ever been to Kymal?
I have not, no.
Once or twice.
Once or twice?
I spent a fair bit of time here while I was, well, a little worse for the wear.
Then Rowan would probably have the most information. Rowan, what's it like?
I was I was very young when I went there with Flamina. I'm
Oh.
mostly following her.
Well, then you can't give me information either. Anybody else?
What I do remember of it is criminal organizations seem to be rather plentiful there. There are rules, and they're enforced, but if you can get away with it, a lot of things fly under the radar.
So just don't get caught.
Like children being sold like
That's something we'll have to figure that out. But I was just wondering what we were getting into.
Mechanically speaking, we've had several long rests, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, but what day are we on? If we left on the 14th.
It's a total going to be a 7, so you'd be on Kymal. You arrive on the 21st.
Like the next holiday.
You're very quiet for me, Rowan.
Yeah, very quiet
Yeah.
for me too.
I was
Rowan,
saying we
speak
can
up.
make the next holiday.
I think that's how Rangar plans our trips to different places based on holidays.
Amazing.
You're muted, Rengar.
Yep. I'm saying it. If I can slow us down to when we land on the 31st, that's the next holiday.
That means we'll probably hit Westrun about that time.
I think I'd say no, because you've been working with animals and such things, and you have your pot. You have noticed that on the candle, when there has been blood on it, you see some different words than you saw before.
Okay. I'm sorry. When you said you have your pot, I wasn't thinking of the cauldron. Go ahead. Sorry.
Sued?
Okay. So I have the cauldron. And when I look in it, are you saying it?
Like I think some between the blood of the animals and such that you've been hunting.
Oh.
Like
Okay.
just as it lands on the handle, there seems to be words that it reveals momentarily.
Oh, okay.
And so you could try to spread and attempt to read it if you want.
Yes, absolutely.
And then it seems to like say in Draconic for you, almost as it's an uncommon language that you understand.
Mhm.
As you look very closely, simply says, you help children who are in need. Therefore, if possible, a request by you I will heed.
Oh. Okay. I'm gonna file that in the back of Nala's head here. I think I've discovered something about my cauldron.
What'd you discover?
It seems to suggest that it can be called upon for a favor.
Hmm.
I'm not sure what the extent of that is, but
When Nala says that, Erebir would just kind of eye the pot, trying to see if there's any sort of aura emanating from it, whether it's divine in nature or if it's something fiendish. It's not a mechanical thing. It's just more of intuition.
Okay. You can make an Arcana check.
Arcana, I get advantage on those. 2 13s for a total of 17.
Look at it here. So the 17, it's sneaky. You wonder if, even if detect magic or possibly even identify was used, if it would even bring back anything. It seems like it's almost like it's magical when it feels like it is.
As he's looking at it, he just kind of says it out into the wind. It seems as though it's got a mind of its own. I can't sense any true good or evil in it.
It speaks through letters when blood touches the cauldron.
And I did the identify, but I couldn't tell if anything was weird about it, like there was like a soul attached to it or anything like that. Right?
Correct.
Uh-huh.
Correct. Seems to resist identify.
Do you think it could be from Cord?
The Stormlord?
Yes.
I mean, it's possible.
It would make sense why it would reveal the words to you. You are a quite adept warrior.
Has the Stormlord spoken to you before?
Never. But I grew up hearing stories, and I mean, he was the deity of our clan, so
You said the words come out when there's blood on it?
yes, it appears in Draconic. I don't think that is anything significant to dragons, though. I just think it appears that way so that I...
Would you care to try something to see if it sheds more light?
What do you mean?
She didn't say it
Erebir,
glows. She said words appear, Erebir.
Erebir pulls out a small little letter opener, not really much of a knife to speak of. Potentially, we might be able to get more words you can decipher out of it with blood, right?
Well, yes.
Could we go hunting for something?
Well, that's actually the blood I was using, was from some of the meat I've been hunting.
Matt, if you'll allow me to retcon a spell that I currently don't have on my list. whether it be the following day. What I wanted to try was simply cutting my hand open using life transference and smearing it on the pot to see if the magical nature of it enhanced any of the lettering.
Okay. I missed just one part. What did you use to enhance something?
Life transference.
Oh, okay. I see. Smear on the pot. Then how much would that normally take from you?
I'm looking at it right now. Life transference will do at third level. It will do 4d8.
Okay. Roll the dice and double it, please, for your damage.
Ouch.
As it burns, and yeah,
50 total.
God.
I'm sorry, that was a 5-0.
And Urvir died.
Yeah.
He's unconscious.
Oddly enough, I'm resistant in necrotic, but because it's my own spell, it does not allow it. So Urvir will cut himself while channeling the life transference and puts it on the pot.
Oh, you nicked an artery there.
But potentially.
Okay. Yeah, it burns through, and you feel as though it's just pulling more and more. It's only by like fear or force of will you kind of pull away from it, and you hear the pain is so intense. You hear a ringing in your ears, and out of this high-pitched ringing, it begins to wibble and wobble to a kind of almost simulate or amalgamate words, almost sing-songy. Do not bother. We only serve the mother.
I think I may have angered it, Nala. I'm sorry.
What did you do?
I heard it in my head. It said, "Do not bother. They only serve the mother."
Who's
And I
that?
believe you're the mother.
Oh. Well, that would make sense why it appears to me. But it just now mentioned that in the text about offering to help. I don't know if someone knows what that might mean. Is there something here that we need help with? And Urvir, you look very pale.
Should probably sit down, Irvir.
Hermir takes a seat, and you kind of see the flowers kind of pull out of his cloak, and he just kind of stuffs it right back in. I'll be fine.
What if that means if we're like in a tight spot, you could be like, "Hey, Cauldron, can you help us out?"
Maybe that's what it means.
I think the person that is asking for help determines what it means.
I think so. That makes sense.
Urvir, here, try this. She
Cuts your other hand.
Oh wait, no, that wouldn't work. Never mind. I thought that would work. It's not going to work. Never mind. She would know it wouldn't work. Sorry. Would have been.
No. I will cast a Cure Wounds though at 4th level, dude, because I don't know what'll happen between here and Kymal.
Though there is Riviera's blood all over this thing now, aside from what they did. As you look, Nala, words will appear in Draconic once more as you're talking. As it simply says, precision is key in all that we do. A little mistake can cause quite a row. Measure twice, cut once, as they say. With accuracy, success will come your way.
Oh, I am not good at puzzles.
Rengar is.
All right, Ringar. It said, measure twice, and something about a roux. Oh yes, it said precision is key in all that we do. A little mistake can cause quite a roux. Measure twice, cut once, as they say. With accuracy, success will come your way.
Whoa.
Measure once, cut twice, so we need to cut Urvir again.
Well,
Um,
no, I think it seems very similar to Fey bargains. You must be very specific in your requests of what your wish might be, or what help you ask of it. Because if it left open to any interpretation, then leeway is given, and you might get what you ask for, but it's not what you want.
Good to know. I will keep that in mind. And I will take my amulet briefly off, wrap it around Urivir's head, and then force him to drink my alcohol.
Okay.
And he takes, he'll get back 14 hit points.
And liver poisoning.
Yes.
Bim will give a slight head bow to the cauldron and say, "Welcome to the menagerie, cauldron."
Very good. The cauldron does nothing.
That's okay. He didn't want it to.
Nala's like, it said thank you.
That was quite polite.
now it owes you a favor, Bim. If it says
okay.
thank you, it owes you a favor.
You don't owe me a favor. I remove your owing a favor, cauldron.
It says thank you.
I'm not suggesting we do this. I'm just curious, as a cauldron, what happens if you prepare meals in it?
It cooks the food.
Does it become magical? I think Dizzy had a cauldron that did that.
Are you? That's what I was gonna say. Suggesting similar to some of the meals Dizzy would prepare.
You all realize there's a lot of blood in this cauldron, right?
Right. I imagine it might affect the flavor.
So at this point, you've cleared it out. Because the blood that you put in before was out with the whole enchantment.
Okay.
So right now, actually, it is. And after a while, the blood that's on it, after you read the text, kind of fades or actually looks like it's absorbed by the cauldron. But from what you can see, it's in just pure silver, clean on the outside and in.
All right, then we will make elk stew in our cauldron today.
Well, it's your cauldron, so if any cooking is to be done inside of it, it is your decision.
Do you want Bim and me to go search for mushrooms?
Oh, certainly.
Come on, Bim, let's go search for mushrooms.
Okay. Sayuri, but I don't really want the cauldron to owe me a favor. Is there a way I can make the cauldron not owe me a favor?
Well, you could just stop telling it that that it owes you a favor, that
But
it doesn't owe you a favor, and then it'll stop saying thank you.
I guess it could owe me a favor and I can never claim it, right?
Yeah, there you go. And there are plenty of people here that owe me favors.
Do they know that?
Does it matter?
I suppose not. I guess only if you ever call them.
Yeah,
On
they're
it.
gonna be super surprised when I'm like, "Hey,
Yeah.
remember that favor you owe me?" Yeah, I like keeping
That
them
is
on their
quite gay of
toes.
you.
Well, I mean,
That was a compliment.
thank you.
So, what kind of mushrooms are we looking for?
Edible.
Got it.
So, Ben, you can make your survival check.
I'll help you.
Yeah.
22.
Okay. I'd say you're able to get good 3 pounds of edible harvested mushrooms of various sorts and breeds, varieties.
Okay. We'll head back with them.
Hey, Noah, look what Bim found all on his own. Isn't he amazing?
Oh yes, this will be perfect. And yeah, I think the next time they stop for a rest, she's going to try to cook something in this cauldron. See what happens.
Okay. Heat it up and excuse me. You heat it up and begin stirring, adding what you know to add, and nothing out of the ordinary happens. It seems to cook the meat.
Didn't we just put 6 dream eaters in this thing, or 5 or something?
But Ringard,
Hmm.
don't you remember when we first came across it was the fire that was the weird color, not the cauldron?
It was green.
Yeah.
So if the fire we use if it ever changes colors, we know that something is not right.
Well, gonna minor illusion a green fire underneath it.
It becomes green. Nothing really happens.
Well, that didn't work.
I've always heard
Recreating.
that green fire makes food more flavorful.
Hmm.
I mean,
that
in the Feywild, the fire's lots of colors.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And that actually affects the flavor of it, what color the fire is.
Mm-hmm. My mom's fires in the hearth at my house. My mom's fires were always this really pretty, like icy blue color. And they were the best meals I ever had in my life.
So what's the worst color for flavor?
Brown.
Oh. Brown fire is very bad. All right.
Brown fire is very, very bad.
Good to know.
Don't ask how I know that. And she just turns around and starts playing with the kids.
Yeah, I guess I'll help with getting kindling or whatever we need
Yeah,
to
sure.
get
I
dinner.
mean, yeah. I mean, you have dinner. This doesn't seem to do anything special to the meal. It cooks it well.
All right. Good to know.
So do we have advantage on wisdom saves and death saves now? And no, okay,
No,
Kind of poison and frightened.
you're not hungry anymore. I mean, it's good.
that's good.
Um,
We just assumed we can't be frightened now.
it's like, oh.
Everybody's eating Nala's food. And they're like, well, when I ate Dizzy's food, it gave me this, and this.
No, Sayori's just gonna eat and be like, that was good.
Yes, in comparison, this was savory, and our previous companions was always sweet.
Oh, speaking of sweet, she's gonna pull out one of her a piece of the hard candy that Dizzy gave her, like kind of try and break it into pieces, and she's gonna call out Bob Yuri. Bob Yuri, I forgot about this. I promised you something sweet. Bob, here, have a piece of this.
Quite quickly snatches it.
And that was for helping us with the weird dream eater thingies.
Those are nasty.
Yes, I know. But when you're taking care of 4 of them? And we'll take care of the rest later.
And he sort of looks at the children now as you kind of like, I've assumed I'm not allowed to eat their hopes and dreams.
No. They have very little of that. You cannot eat their hopes and dreams.
There's a good rule. You don't want to destroy the source of your nourishment. I will not do that. No.
Bob Yuri, I have a question.
Mm.
Are you able to see the 2 remaining Dream Eaters?
If I chose to look at them, but I'm not an idiot.
Good to know.
So I'm confused. This king, does that mean? Wait, Dizzy got married, or?
No. Okay, no. Okay, so Dizzy is the queen of her domain in the
Summer Court.
Feywild. No, she's not the queen of Summer Court. She's the queen of her domain in
Her
the
domain is the
Feywild.
Summer Court.
No, it's not.
Her
No,
domain is her domain.
I think it is the Summer Court, right? Yes.
No.
I mean, her crown was. I think I specifically remember the name of her crown being like the crown of the Summer Court or something like that.
Yes, but she's not the queen of the Summer Court. Shinrael, remember that? Oh, you weren't there. Urvir, you remember the guy Eladrin? I can't remember what his full real name was. I'm just gonna, Lucky. You remember him from when we first got to Singorn and we were talking, we had the party?
Yeah.
Okay. Him and his cousin are descendants of Queen Titania of the Summer Court. And apparently, Shinrael has taken his place as the heir of Queen Titania as the king of the Summer Court.
By marrying Dizzy.
No.
Wait, Dizzy got married?
No!
Okay. Okay.
You said so. I don't know.
How do you know they didn't get married?
Because we didn't get invitations.
Exactly.
Dizzy wouldn't get married without us, would she?
No.
It seems like exactly something she might do on a whim.
Okay. I don't know how to explain this to them. Do you have any ideas on how to explain this to them?
I think it was explained perfectly. They got married.
They did not get married. I was supposed to be her maid of honor when she gets married.
Well, it's her first husband. You can always come back next time.
No.
As we finish dinner, we're going to take a break and go and maybe play some D&D after we're back in about 15 minutes. All right. All right. So, Smut and Sealy Courts aside, we will continue. Hey. In that case, we will kind of finish the journey here to Kymal if there's nothing else.
On one of the nights, right before reaching Kymal, when we're taking shifts in the evening for the evening watch, Rengar will volunteer to take a shift with Rowan.
Okay.
And kind of sitting by the fire, just, Rowan, I didn't know if I was going to say anything because I didn't know how you felt about it, but I thought maybe you'd want to know. For the past few weeks since we've left Singorn, I've noticed that during my watch of the evening, sometimes you say a name in your sleep. I think it's Esme. But is that someone important?
You heard that, did you? She was someone I met while I was in Singorn. She was very charming and helped her and her group out while we were there. Guess she left a lasting impression.
So it's just sort of a chance encounter then that stuck with you.
Yeah, I suppose so. Have you ever had that happen?
Not that was reciprocated.
Oh, Rengar, I'm sorry, man.
No, in my tribe, there were several others to choose from before anyone looked my way. So, have you been able to contact her since?
She sent ascending a couple times. Seems like they were in the middle of accomplishing something down in the caves where...
Oh, they went down in the same caves that we went to with beneath the lake?
Yeah.
Oh. Did they discover anything down there? Our time was rather brief. We sort of got your loot and left.
I'm not gonna lie, I was a little distracted. It was pretty wild. They mentioned something about a Kintor and then they left.
Oh.
I didn't know what to make of it.
Well, if she's still sending you messages, it must mean you left an lasting impression as well.
I suppose so.
Have you written her a song yet?
I haven't yet. I've
What
been
have you been
working on
doing for the
something.
past 2 weeks? Where are you at? What's going on? How have you not written at least 4 songs?
When sometimes I spend a little too much time trying to make one song just right, especially when it's for someone that, well, it's kind of important.
Well, I'm sure if you ever need a test audience, Sayuri is always available.
I don't know.
And you will know right away if it's not good. Although, if it is good, she might throw a spoon at you either way, so...
I think she may throw a spoon regardless.
Yeah, exactly. Good or bad, you're going to get a spoon thrown at you, so... Maybe not the best test of whether or not it's good. You know, you were able to make the lake glow. Have you ever attempted to make other bodies of water illuminate?
You know, I haven't thought of it.
Maybe that's how you know if it's a good song.
Yeah. I think next pond I see, might give it a little go at seeing if I can make it glow.
Excellent.
Rengar, you're a catch, man.
Glad I could be of assistance.
Sayuri and Chance just throws a spoon at Rowan for no reason.
All right. And that is that particular night. And as you journey further past the Abbey Heart Thicket, up more uphill and slightly harder terrain, the children are getting better over the week. Muscles reacclimating to what they say once were. There's more running, therefore a little bit more mischief, a few more constant seeking of attention, and they sort of begin to latch on to individuals who will give them as such. Though they all have this connection to Nala. It's
Just
hard
out
to-
of curiosity, which little boy was it that when we first met them, I was able to just kind of abate the fear from them?
Should have been Liam.
Okay.
And during this time, I'd say Nala. Let's say that how doesn't like kind of keep at you or anything like that. You just become aware of a power of what you carry. Just its import a bit. And you approach what some of you remember, others of you have heard of as the way to Kymal. And as you go up the hills and into this most mountainous town that once was the staging of mining, it's bright except for what seems to be a dark cloud that hangs over, covering the city and roughly 500 feet in any direction away from it. Given this rainish shadow to it. And as you go closer, it's not like a veil of magical shadow so much as the sun just doesn't seem to pierce the clouds very well. The clouds are extremely dark, eliminating almost all light. And so as comes someone in the morning at first, the angle of the sun is such that some light does come directly underneath, but only to a degree, and never enough to actually reach the city lines or walls.
So Nala would, because I feel like she, for some reason, would try this. She would reach out her hands and take Emma and Ava in her hands, and she would try to concentrate on the text she had read.
Okay.
And ask if the cauldron can help her restore these children.
I'd say, yeah, I think you were asking the cauldron for something. I think probably I'll let you choose which one you can roll from here on out, but it's whatever one you choose now is going to be what you will roll. But you can roll charisma, wisdom, or intelligence.
Okay. Well, that's no contest. It would have to be wisdom.
Okay.
Okay. So just a straight wisdom check?
Yeah.
11.
11.
And all those are going to be low for her. So.
Yeah. Say, just get the sense that it can, but you would need to provide something that can cut well.
Okay. She would she would take out her magical great axe and see if the cauldron would accept it.
Let's say with that same road, not enough precision. This delicate and fine cutting that would have to be done.
Okay. She would, yeah, I don't think she has anything matching that right now, but she would keep that in mind.
100%. All right. As you see this, I assume that you just naturally take a stop outside of where the shadow starts. Anything you want to do? Or just head on in?
How far out is that? Did you say a few miles?
No, you would, from the city's center, the way you're coming, so I would say that the cloud itself stretched out 500 feet out from the city, and you can probably get in around another, like, 50 to 75 feet under the cloud before you'd get into the shadow, but that would change based on where the sun is.
Okay. Do we see, like, is there a wall around Kymal?
Oh, there's a wall of Kymal, yes.
Do we see any guards on it?
If in the distance, it's a little dark, so just give me a perception check with the disadvantage.
Okay.
Because you're in sunlight looking into a darkened area.
With disadvantage, it's a 14.
Okay. You do see what appear to be shapes that resemble those with armor and spears that are... I don't think they're, let's say, on guard at your approach, but there's a few of the guards. You do see a gate. Seems to have a person or two at it.
With that roll, do I see anyone entering or leaving the city? Like, with the gates open or closed?
The gates currently are opened, though no one else seems to be coming up this road currently. And no one is leaving.
I assume also the cloud that's over the city. Do I remember the same? Excuse me, same kind of cloud being over the city from before?
No.
Okay, I figured.
Should I send Bob Yuri? Check it out.
Can Bob Yuri do it without alarming the guards that they're being attacked?
Yeah. He's little. Why would they attack something little?
Because I imagine they've never seen anything that looks like Bob Yuri before.
That's true, but he's pretty sneaky in the shadows.
Maybe from a different direction than the one we're approaching.
Okay. Bob Yuri. Open the pocket.
Ooh, where have you taken me?
This is a city on the material plane called Kymal.
I like it.
It's very dark.
Uh-huh.
Do you know why?
I would say go ahead and make a wisdom check for Bob Yuri.
Alright.
+5.
22?
I really thought he was just going to point up at the cloud.
It's a 22.
22. You're kind of... He does point at the cloud, but he says, "They have had the sun."
They.
And he's going to tell you, he's like, "Don't look at them. Look at the tower just below."
Look at the tower just below. Okay.
Yeah. And he'll wait for you to do so.
I will look at the tower just below the clouds.
You all see Bob Yuri kind of become this massive shadow that covers Sayuri's face. And when it does, it's as though it becomes as thin as another layer of skin that shows her dark. Her colors now are white and purple on her skin. And her eyes glow with this smoldering red. And as you look at the tower, in the peripheral above, you see red eyes move in shadowy shapes, similar or identical to the creatures you fought. This thing seems to be a roiling mass of them. And before you get the urge to look up, Bob Yuri slinks off your face and back into the farm.
Did Sayuri just look like a Shadow Kai for a second?
A little bit.
Okay, kind of. Okay. I will describe what I just saw. Okay. So there are big problems in this city. Big problems in this city.
How many of them did you see?
Did I get an idea if there were like hundreds of them, dozens of them?
A lot.
A lot. There's a lot.
I can't do anything with my wife around.
Good movie, though. Okay, I don't think we should take these kids in here.
I would agree.
Honestly, I don't even think I want Irvir to go into the city.
But we must.
What are we gonna do about the children?
We were coming here hoping to find at least some kind of answers from those that might be more experienced and or knowledgeable in these areas, and I'm trying to imagine how anyone could still be in that city if they had that information.
With that many creatures around, I find it hard to believe that any citizen might not be in the same state that we found these children.
Could this be a cult? Some sort.
So if we send Bob Yuri in, if we send Bob Yuri in and you can see through his eyes, at least we might have a better understanding of what we'd be getting ourselves into if we continued on.
I don't think she's here. Nala, is there any beasts nearby? I think Courtney had to step up.
Yeah. As far as beasts, not exactly right near as close as you are to this, but it wouldn't be hard for you to go get one.
Okay, because I was just thinking Nala does have the ability to see through animals if need be.
Yeah, the best you can tell, animals avoid this going in and going into this place.
Okay.
So are the horses of our wagon getting skittish then?
So yeah, there is just that natural not wanting to go in.
I mean, we're on the road. They've probably seen us by now, right? And they saw us just stop here.
Yeah.
Where the children go, I go. So, if it is here, it is here. If it is in there, it is in there.
Do we see any roads that circumvent the entire city? Like, just go around it?
mean, there's nowhere that goes around Kymal now. You could go through the wilderness. That would be hard with the wagon, and there's danger there. But the road does go right through Kymal and out. So, and you thought there might be thing. I mean, you also wanted to investigate Kymal for other reasons, but it's up to you.
So what is the worry? What is, perhaps I'm misunderstanding. What is the great trouble?
That this city is overrun with these creatures, and we are bringing back dinner.
I see. Well, if you all need to... I mean, if this... It would help if we knew if there are people here. Because their families might be here. It may not be that they were given away so much as stolen. I'm going to look at, I guess, actually, she would take the hand of Emma. She's the oldest.
Okay. She's still in her state. Yep.
Yeah, but unless I touch her.
With the cauldron, correct.
Right. Emma,
yes.
do you know where your house is in Kymal?
Uh-huh. I know how to get there from school, how to get there from the gate, from the bakers, from
Very
the
good.
butcher.
From the gate. How would you get there from the gate?
First, you go to the fountain of Ayun. Then she's like trying to like recall, like she knows how to run, but she's like, yes. And then you go up Karis' street, and then until you hit where Jareth used to live, and you turn right.
Jareth's place. What did it look like?
Redwood windows, black brick.
Good. All right, and your place was just beyond that. Okay.
We had daisies around the door. We pick.
Emma, this is important. What do you remember about the last time you were in Kymal?
The babies and young ones that we watched were sick. They wouldn't wake up. And I spent the day getting water for them and putting it down and giving them crushed apples.
Was it dark outside?
At night, the day the sun was out.
Very good. All right. Emma, I'm going to have to let go. But listen, we are very close to Kymal. and I am going to try to find out what happened here, and then we will talk again.
All right.
Now, the other children, we are finding ways to help you come back. I will find a way for you too.
She grasps her hand tighter, and with her other, puts her hand out and just holds up her one pinky. Promise?
So she will pinky promise.
She sniffs and nods.
All right. And give her a hug, and then she will let her go. All right. So, Emma's house, if we follow the gates to the Fountain of Ayun, beyond that there is a place with red wood. And then beyond that there is Emma's house. If anyone has survived, they might be held up still there, or some sign of what happened. Whether they are living or not, I need to know. But I also cannot leave the children here.
We continue onward then. And I will go up to the front of the horses to just start leading them, if necessary, to get closer.
Okay. Me animal handling, please.
Okay. That is a dirty 20.
Okay. Able to calm them, and they begin to take your guide as you...
Apples. I'm calling them with apples.
Yeah. begin to walk into the shadow.
I feel like Nala is at the very back with the children, so she's keeping some distance between her and the rest of the party, just in case something happens.
Okay.
As we approach, is there any sign of like lanterns or anything like that of within the I mean, it's a city, right? It's
So as you approach, you feel ecstatic in your mind. It's fuzzy, and as an effect all of you have experienced at this point, recognize it as magic trying to wash over your perceptions. You can choose to fail, or you can try to resist and make a wisdom saving throw.
So, Bim is going to try and resist.
so will Urbir with a 28.
13 for Bim.
Yeah, I instinctively resist, but I got a 9.
Okay.
Nala will try as well.
So everybody's doing it?
Well, don't have to.
Well, I'm gonna do what everybody else is doing.
Quick check, guys. Are we resisting this or not?
This is just I don't know.
We got a 17.
Natural 20 for 22 total.
You said wisdom check?
Save.
Save. It doesn't matter. Nope, it don't matter. That's a 5.
Okay.
Yeah, Ringar and
And,
Sierra are oblivious.
Rowan?
She said a 5. I rolled a 5 for a 9.
Okay. So, Nala, Mortis, and Urvia, you walk into this darkness. It's very hard to see. If you have dark vision, you can a little bit. Those of you with just regular vision, it's about 10 feet in front of you that you get a sense of. However, Rengar, Sari, Bim, and Rowan, as you cross through, you kind of shield your eyes from the bright sunny day. The walls are peak and polished, and the roads very well kept, and smiling guards you can see kind of waving in the distance, welcoming you all in, and you can see your confused party, but you see quite clearly, and the sky is clear and blue.
It's not so bad in here. I thought it was going to be worse.
Can't see anything.
That's odd. Yeah, Rengar will just keep leading the horses forward.
It's so bright, Nala. Why can't you see anything?
I think I'll wait out here with the children. I don't want to lead them into an ambush.
Wait, did I hear that? Because we're on other opposite ends.
I would think you can hear everything. You guys aren't really trying to be secretive to each other.
Okay, so I hearing that, I'll kind of stop the horse's advancement and kind of look back. I'm not sure it's wise that some of us remain behind while others do not.
Well, I can't see to lead them through this darkness.
Well, I mean, I can help you with that if you need it. I mean, I don't know. So,
Are you affected by this darkness?
Do you guys not feel the static, the oppression?
No.
Yeah, it's bright and sunny. The guards look really nice.
mm-hmm.
Something's wrong.
Just
I try to make out the guards that they're referring to. Do I see? Can I perceive them if they're real or not?
Yeah, I mean you can see guards there, because if you have dark vision, you can see a lot better here. But you can see there are guards up there. Yeah.
Sayuri will reach into her component pouch and pull out some dried carrot and tap Nala on the nose and cast dark vision. See if maybe that can help her see in this bright light.
Yeah. Now you can see much better.
What do I see?
And it's 8 hours.
From here you can see the road and the walls. You see guards guarding the gate. Can't quite make out their expressions from here, but enough to navigate.
Okay.
Like, the big thing is there are no lanterns. Like, there's nothing that would provide light in here. Of course, some of you can cast light. You can do certain things if you like.
Thank you, Siri. Something is wrong here. That I can't make out anyone's expressions, and it feels odd. So I just instinctively am keeping close to those kids.
Bim, you can see just fine?
Yeah. I mean, can't you see in the sun? Do you? Are you not able to see in the sun? Can you
Not
only see in the
anymore.
dark?
That's why it's called dark vision, guys. You can only see in the dark.
And Ervir will approach you and lay his hand on your shoulder, and you just kind of see his ears, kind of point at you, towards you, and he casts Death Ward. Just be careful. It may seem that either you're seeing more than I am, or vice versa.
Well, it's definitely not because of carrots.
Well, I mean, it helped Nala.
Hearing that there's a discrepancy in what everyone's able to see in the party, Ringard closes his eyes, focuses, and not knowing if this will work or not, I want to use stillness of mind to see if that changes anything when I open my eyes.
Okay, and what's save under stillness of mind?
Stillness of mind mechanically removes charmed and frightened effect.
Okay. So no, it won't. It doesn't seem to do anything. I would say you get this. I mean, if you get this sense of anything, mechanically, what I'll say is this is his illusion. As far as how mechanically it operates under.
Okay.
So.
Matt, did those of us who have failed the roll remember seeing it dark before? Or did we get that
Yes.
we taught that?
Yeah,
Okay.
you're fully aware that you entered into darkness and now it's light. You don't kind of feel that it's always been that way. This isn't charm. This isn't altering your memory or anything like that.
So it's like we passed through a veil and they didn't, kind of thing. Like they just kept going into darkness and we passed through something and now we can see is what it's like for us.
Yeah, you're perceiving it entirely differently, and I would say it wouldn't take you much to sort of wonder if this naturally happened for the people within. They wouldn't have left. They may not be aware of anything. They may not be aware of precisely what's happening.
We should follow those instructions to the fountain.
Right. Well, as far as I know, I'm able to see just fine. I could lead us there.
All right.
And I'll go back to leading the horses through the gates and into the city.
If I ask the kids what they see, what would they say?
So it's not the checks on the kids. You look on the ones that are awake, and all their eyes have this internal white glow to them. And you see our home. I think talking, you get that. Seems that they see. They're not seeing what you are assuming is this illusion of sun, but they can see very well here, probably better than anyone else.
Okay.
Something about the cure that's been put on them is giving them increased sight here.
Stay close and let me know if you see anything.
Sigurd's going to keep her eye out for anything that just doesn't meld well with what her vision is telling her. Like, shadows acting strangely, anything along those lines.
Does my ring of Dwarven Sentinel light up?
Okay, remind me. Oh, there's a dwarf nearby. Sorry. Absolutely amazing. So you begin getting closer and closer. Anything in particular?
I think Eradir's just on alert, with a cantrip ready if he sees anything hostile coming at us.
Mortis is deliberately trying to act like he can't see through the illusion, like he sees the illusion like everyone else, lest he draw more attention to himself.
He's shielding his eyes from the sun. I can't see. Oh, it's so bright out.
Well, I think he probably would kind of do that because he doesn't want to like catch them. Even like he's worried that if he looks at them, we'll have hundreds of things fighting us again. And 5 was tough to handle, so 100 sounds terrible.
All right.
It was many, not hundreds.
Well, it was a lot.
Yeah. Unless like the guards stop us, I'll keep on heading towards the fountain or the road that we hope leads toward the fountain.
Yeah. And as you move, I would say Sayuri, and none of you. Those of you under the illusion here will not see this. You don't have a chance to. Those of you, if you're close enough to Sarah, you may see this. See Bob Yuri here sort of meld and jump off of and grow to be about 6 feet tall and land with feet on the ground in humanoid shape. They crack their neck and you hear the cracks and they flex their fingers and kind of look towards Sari. What do you need?
What? Okay, so I apparently some of us are seeing differently than others of us. What is happening? Like, what? I don't know what. Like, I don't know what I'm trying to ask.
Okay, if you're trying to ask for information,
Yeah.
The biggest thing with Bobby Yuri's communication is just that he hasn't lived in the material, so he's kind of as.
Can you do some reconnaissance? Like, go around, look around, see how people are acting, and like in both.
What do you want to know?
Do the people that are here, are they as healthy as they appear to be? Are they happy? Are they tired? Are they...
I see. I understand. And this big, toothy smile of white teeth and bows to you. And from their back as they kind of stretch as if there's a crick in their back. Two large, almost torn wings of shadow come out as it carries them above the wall. And then you
said-
all...
I didn't see that. Is that what you said? I didn't see him change like that.
Oh, sorry, you definitely do. Even
definitely
if you're under the illusion.
Oh, okay.
But the others under the illusion will not see this.
Okay. He's gotten so big. Brings a tear to my eye.
Who?
Okay. Oh, Bob Yuri.
I'm pretty sure Rowan is the same size.
Oh no, Rowan's still a little man.
Yeah, big dreams.
But we continue here. So those of you under the illusion, you pass and you see the ones at the gate, kind of over there, and visitors, greetings. As you, the dwarf who's coming in the ring, going, "Oh, your ring's blood."
It does that from time to time.
Rengar, this is
talking
the
to?
first time we finally met a dwarf.
There's a
You don't
door?
get out much, do you?
Oh, we've been all over. We've been to Whitestone, Singorn, Mortis's home, back to Singorn, now here.
All right. Good. And those of you in the illusion, not in the illusion, you do see the guards approach, and in this very strange sense, you cease to hear your party. They're not talking, but their mouths are moving, and the guard's mouths, including our dwarf, mouth is moving. But those not under illusion do not hear anything.
Nala takes her hand and just like moves it up and down in front of the guard's face.
Okay, so there's a reaction, and into the illusion, we're going to kind of see. Looks. It happened again. What? You know, just as if I went blind for a moment. That's weird.
Sorry, to clarify real quick, can the guards see them?
You don't think they can?
Can we see them?
Yes.
Oh.
It's like like a MMO when your friend is like talking to an NPC. You're just waiting for them to finish.
That's absolutely what it is.
Oh no.
Right, we're just passing through on our way to oh dear, what's the name of Westro. We're just gonna stay for a few nights and then be on our way.
Excellent. I tell you what, the city has a way of pulling you in, though. Got all types of fun and gambling. Might have so much fun, you might stay. Well, be careful with that fun.
Ooh, I love fun.
You have a recommendation for a place of hospitality?
Place to rest? What might I say here? Actually, making this wisdom saving throw, Rengar.
Oh no.
I'm going to use my inspiration for the talking at the beginning.
Yes.
That's a dirty 20.
Okay. In that case, tell you. Um, that would like all right. That would be Darren Gar's dive.
What was that?
Darren Gar's dive.
Aaron. Excellent. We'll be on the lookout for it.
Right. Well, as for doing the climb at Kymal, haha.
Thank you.
He goes, wait, that's right. I got something here. Ah, yes, for the the casino of Caris. Here are one, two. To count your party there. I think it's 4 chips, one for each of you. First bet you can do.
Oh, thank you.
She'll lean over to Rengar. But there's 7 of us.
It's fine. Excellent. Thank you very much.
Off to gamble some money.
Right.
I don't think I've ever gambled. Ooh.
While the interaction is going on, Nala, can you hear them?
No.
I don't think they can see us. Does that mean they can see the kids?
I can hear them having this conversation, and so to kind of make it like I don't want to pause and just stand here, and so I go back to leading the horses. Out of curiosity, do the horses see through the illusion? Like, do they still look scared? I guess is what I'm asking.
No, the horses seem to have been totally affected and are calm once more.
Okay.
I'm gonna look at Rowan. Rowan, you okay, buddy?
Yeah, we just got chips to gamble.
Yeah.
Feeling cloud 9. I guess it pays to be handsome. No offense, Irvy.
Did her of you hear that?
Everyone's just gonna clutch his little bouquet a little tighter.
So, for the purpose of this, the only conversations that seem to not happen, that you cannot hear, are the ones when you're talking to a townsfolk. Here, if you're talking to each other, we're not talking at or around a townsfolk where they couldn't hear it. It seems that it can be heard normally. It just seems that when engaged, whatever magic is happening seems to contain the whole thing.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess I'm looking for the Fountain of Ayun and a signpost or a sign on the side of a building that says, what was it, Darengar's Dive.
And kind of going back to what I was trying to convey over to Nala, we might be not visible to them, but that may mean we're visible to those that we don't want to be.
Not looking back, but just kind of saying out loud, a bit under my breath, so hopefully only our party hears. Oh, I think they can see everyone. They just... hopefully they don't realize that you might be able to see them.
So Ben will look around, and from the illusion, what does the tower look like on our side?
On the tower?
Did you see there was a tower that all the shadowy things were crawling on? Did I mishear that?
The cloud.
Oh, it was a cloud. Okay.
And so with the illusion, you see sky instead of the cloud.
Okay.
Does the street lead right to this fountain?
Yeah, you can get to the fountain. So are you attempting to go to the inn first, or?
Well, I think Ringar's plan is to try and find the little girl's house first, and following those directions, and keep an eye out for the inn on the way.
Okay.
So we're going for the fountain and Karis Street, and then the house with the black bricks and the red wooden windows.
Okay. So you're following these directions, and during that you see people going about the town. They're not happy per se, but they're not like screaming or weeping. There seems to be a pallor over people moving. They're a little slow, fetching water from the central fountain, going about their business. Very clearly, there is no one under the age of 25 on the streets.
Oh. Do they look like they're kind of in a daydream, like a middle distance staring off? Or do they look like they're at least focused on their task?
Make an insight check.
That's a nat 20 for a 27.
Get them. I would say there is a sense that they're simply going rote as what they should be doing, not entirely conscious. Though if you notice, if you engage, as you might engage, kind of looking, going, "Hey," when you say "Hey," it's as though they come alive and suddenly have full like "Hey," and seem to be fully there. And as you leave that, they kind of start to have a little bit of that boost, but slowly seem to lose it and go back. But they seem to be doing enough detail work that it's like they're still with it, but just almost like they're getting drowsier as time goes on.
Is Mortis still like up on the top, like the driver's seat of the cart?
I mean, Mortis, what are you going to do?
I mean, yeah, I think he would be.
Okay, Ringar is going to Mortis, can you kind of watch this for me? And Ringar is going to then have just a quick good morning to one of the people so that they kind of come alive and maybe reply back. And then after that encounter's over, Mortis, did they do anything weird from your perspective?
Did they do anything weird from my perspective? Like, could I hear them? Is it like before where I can't hear the interaction?
Yeah, no. As soon as Rengar sort of moves, you don't see any real difference. No.
Well, they didn't seem to do anything different themselves, but when you engage in conversation with them, it seems that I can no longer hear that conversation, and my ability to perceive your exchange sort of doesn't exist. I can't hear what you're saying to them, and I can't hear what they're saying back.
Can you still see their face and their expression? Did their demeanor change when I spoke to them?
Did their demeanor... Can I see that much? Because I can see their faces moving, their lips moving.
I'm just kind of to try and gauge if, from the people not influenced, if the townspeople are actually like coming to life and animated, or if that's also part of the illusion.
I would say, Mortis, you would observe they do seem to have more life about them. Like, they don't seem to snap out of whatever daze they're in, but they move quicker. So I think you'd think that whatever effect that has is real.
Okay. Yeah, so they seem more energetic, sure, but they don't seem to snap out of whatever it is that you're experiencing.
I'm just trying to figure out what's different between what I see and what you see. Anyway, and I'll continue leading them down the street, looking for what was it? Jareth used to live.
Yeah. So you follow the instructions somewhat well here. And as you move through, you come to a house, and I'm not sure did Nala talk about the daisies or no,
The daisies?
or the lilies, whichever I said.
Yeah, it was Daisy's, and it was her house. They were around the door of like her house.
Yes.
No.
Okay.
So Nala didn't mention the daisies. Okay. And as Vanguard leads all of you, see the redwood with the black brick. You take the direction as you move on, and Nala, you see these vines wrapped around the door of a house.
All right.
Seem to be thorn ridden. The thorns have grown and dug into the door frame.
All right. I think it is this one.
Those of you in the illusion see bright daisies all around it.
Oh,
What pretty flowers.
does it have does this house have a chimney?
It will, yeah. And does have a door. It
Does
is
it?
currently shut.
I'm gonna walk up to it and try to open it.
Could open
Shouldn't we knock?
and,
Okay.
and it opens inward.
I step in.
Right, dark vision here, and kids all look around. There. Looking in this place, you see a cold stove. And cabinets all slightly open. Bare. There are some comforts and blankets on furniture. And in the back, there are 2 rooms. One, the door shut. The other, the door slightly ajar.
All right. I will proceed on to the doors and go ahead and open the shut one.
Okay. You open the shut one, and there's a master bed, kind of queen-size-ish, large, several dressers for clothes, a writing desk. You notice there is on the writing desk there is pieces of glass with ink everywhere on the wood.
Okay. And the other room, is that another bedroom?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's see if I can figure out what's the glass is.
The glass that's shattered on the desk it essentially appears to be a well of ink that was broken.
Okay. Anything inside the desks? Is there any sign of anything?
All right, you open and ruffle through the desks. There's some blank paper, what look like things of going business. From what you can tell, these people traded in flowers that they picked and arranged. As you pull in there, you kind of recognize a somewhat faulty or not greatly placed false bottom to the drawer. As you lift it up, you see a sketch of the young girl here. Her kind of pupilless golden eyes colored in with what looks like crushed blossoms. It looks like it's been somewhat burned, as though it was tossed in a fire and retrieved. All hidden.
And are the beds made? Are they?
Well, this main bed, you haven't gone to the other bedroom.
Okay.
This bed does seem to be made in this room. You haven't gone to the other one yet.
Okay, so I'll go to the other one.
Okay. As you go into the other one, there are several barrels of water that are raised with shelves that are built along the walls. From them, from what you can see as tubes that have been crafted of glass that come down to 5 children. And their mouths have been just slightly propped open so that water can slowly drip, and they instinctively swallow from these barrels. Sitting on the floor, clearly deceased and emaciated. You recognize 2 adults, a man and a woman. Their heads on the beds.
All right. I'm going to go and pick them up and carry them outside.
Yeah. I'll say, for my purposes, I'm just assuming you're doing whatever is appropriate for the children without having to continually say we're shielding or not shielding. If you want a shielding reaction, let me know. But
right. I forgot.
I'm just assuming whatever is happening is appropriate, unless we do something, so we don't have to keep visiting it. So you grab them, and you can carry them outside. What'd you like to do?
She's going to take them outside and finds basically she's looking to bury them outside. If they're deceased.
Okay, I'll say you're going to have to. Here, you could. You don't really have yards, the way that this city is necessarily designed, and these are
Okay.
like streets.
She'll
I mean, I want to let you do what you need to do, but
she'll wrap them in some type of sheeting or bedding or something, and take them to the wagon.
okay, she brought the wagon, absolutely. Wrap them. And...
There are 5 children in there. Those of you who see things differently might want to see if you can maybe you see something I cannot.
Yeah, I'll head in.
So as Nala walks out, you see her putting these apparently very heavy sleeping people into the wagon. Those of you under the illusion. It's going to be drooling a bit.
I go into the house to look for the 5 children.
Go in the room. You do see the structure of water going into the mouths of sleeping children. I would say to you, the mouths just seem to be naturally open instead of propped open. You don't kind of see this very thing, but there is water that's meant to flow into their mouths.
Do they have any traces of potentially being Azamar, or are these normal children?
Say, sounds like a medicine check and have to do an examination.
Not 1 for 6. I have no idea.
I kind of, real quick, seeing these 5 kids lying there, I motion for anyone that went in the room with me to follow me back outside real quick.
Or if you're also, you can check their eyes. Their eyes do not have that glowy look.
Okay.
Not that that's the only symbol, but they don't have the glowy look. So you motion everyone outside.
Right. Real quick, there is the possibility that if we try to move these children, we are attacked again by something that some of us cannot see. Just wanted to prepare anyone. I still think we should move them and help them, but I just prepare for being attacked.
Right now, they are probably safest where they are until we can find out what is going on, because they're being given nutrient, but what I mean to say is I don't know if they can take care of themselves on their own at present until we can find out how to help them, which I intend to do. And making sure the children are nowhere nearby, I assume, when I say
Correct.
this.
Yeah, whatever you. Yeah.
The 2 I found in there, the deceased couple, I think are Emma's parents.
You mean the sleeping 2 right there?
They're not sleeping, are they?
No.
They're drooling and everything.
I know you probably see them a certain way, but...
Oh, do we see them breathing? Like, slow and...
Mm-hmm.
I can assure you they are very much gone.
But the children aren't, because they also look like they were sleeping.
Correct. Yes, they were drinking the water that was dripping. I think they are okay. We just have to figure out how to figure out what is going on in this city.
I can potentially cast Speak with the Dead to see if they can give us somebody arriving to town. Something must have happened. This could not have just gone unperceived. I don't think, at least.
I would hate to use that spell without Emma. If Emma had a question. But I do not want to break this to her until we are not here. That is too much to put on her.
Nala, for someone that age, take it from me, sometimes the ignorance is bliss for them. Let's continue.
Yes. And she'll go back to the kids and pretend like she didn't just see all that.
Clutched in the mother's hand, that as you kind of carried and did all this, dropped was a blue and purple key that has a slight glow to it, very similar to the Shard of Dream.
Oh. The Shard of Dream?
Mhm.
Is that the thing Sari was using?
Yes.
Okay. So knowing that, she would go up to Sayuri. Sayuri?
Yeah.
Emma's mother, she had this in her hand, and it looked like the shard you used in the ritual. Do you know what it is? She'll hand it over.
I'll take a look at it.
It's metal. You can tell that it is. So it feels metal, than as you look at it. It itself seems to be an embodiment of dream, but crafted and honed, not let wild like your shard. It is dream made for a purpose, singular. But what that is, you're not sure.
Somebody made this for some reason.
Is it to do with dreams?
It is. It's made out of dreams, but it was made for a purpose, something specific, and I couldn't tell you what it was.
Keys, they unlock things. Maybe she stored the children's dreams somewhere.
Maybe.
I just thought maybe you might have an idea, but if you think of anything.
Yeah, I'll look more into it, see what I can find out. I think once we find a place to stay at, she would try and cast Identify on it. But not until they were like in a room behind closed doors.
Okay. So where to?
first, we need to find out what to do with, and I'll nod at the two bodies in the cart.
I can carry them out of town. Maybe no one will notice me, but I don't know if they will notice floating, you know.
I think to everyone else they appear to be sleeping.
Right?
So floating
Yes.
sleeping people is more common than floating dead people?
So we could keep them in the wagon, and no one would know. They would just think they're sleeping in the wagon.
There you go.
Irvir would take the bouquet of flowers that he's got in his cloak and kind of just lay it on top of the two wrapped people on the back of the wagon, and he'll say a quick prayer under his breath for their safe passing.
Should one of us go with Nala so it doesn't look like the horses are just leaving town by themselves?
I'll go. I presume the children are staying with the wagon, correct?
I think that Siri means one of the people that the rest of the townsfolk can see.
What I meant was we could keep them in the wagon here if they just appear to be sleeping people. There's no reason to have them leave the town.
They might have had too much to drink and they're sleeping it off.
Right. It's just an idea. Might be less suspicious if we do that.
Would it not make sense to leave them here and then collect them on the way out of town?
Yes, we could place them back in their bed.
All right.
For
So
now.
Nala would take them back inside and ask. She'd ask Urvir if he could help her with that. And when they're inside, just for a brief moment, she'll look at him and say, earlier you said ignorance was bliss. You speak from experience.
You don't miss what you never know.
Did you know your parents?
No. No, I was taken away from my mother at a very young age. I don't even remember her face.
I'm sorry.
And I was told it was for the greater good. Funny how things are. Funny how everything is for the greater good, isn't it?
Yes. I've never understood that saying entirely.
I've learned that things always work out for the best. Might not be for your best, but for the best of somebody. And these children need to be kids. They need to enjoy their childhood. But first things first, right? We need to get them back right, and then we can think of what to tell them.
Yes. You are right.
I will not let these kids fall.
Nor will I.
And I think Erebir would extend his hand out, kind of to shake with Nala in understanding.
Yeah, she would shake his hand.
Okay. And where to?
When they come back out, I guess we'll go searching for what was the name of it? Daringar's Dive. That's the only other place I think we know of, unless Mortis had I think Mortis had specific things he was looking to do in the city.
He does, but Mortis would suggest that we find a place to keep the horses in the stables before we go wandering about for too much longer.
Absolutely. Going around, it's not too hard, especially for those of you under the illusion, to find Darengar's Dive. It's a little far away from the main center, and it is it's a bit run down. And Nala, you have the key, or does Siri have the key?
I think Nala's holding on to it, but she did mention to Sayuri to, like, she'd given it to Sayuri to look at, but when she couldn't figure out what it was, I think Nala had it back, but
Okay.
she could easily hand it back if Sayuri asked for it, obviously.
Sure. Then Nala, you see Just Drive, and underneath it in bright glowing purple letters says "Enter the Dream." Only for you, Nala.
So the key says "Enter the Dream"?
No, the sign under Darrengen's Dive.
Oh.
If you would, I think you might look at the key at this point. And you see this key has a round top to it and is now filled itself in with this white metal, and in that glowing font that matches the sign is the number 12.
I think this place is linked to this key. There are words, but this key, it has a number on it, a room number. 12.
What do these words say?
What language is it in?
It appears to be in common.
It says it's hard to make out.
I'm sorry, if you can't read it, it's in a language you can definitely read.
It
It would be
says,
Draconic.
"Enter the tree."
Thank you. Sorry about that.
Oh.
As soon as she says that, you all see it. It
Oh.
appears.
In Draconic. No.
That's a lot of scratch marks. I don't. The sign is now very damaged.
Have you seen other writing like this throughout the town?
No, nothing like this. This key was in the house we were just in. There must be something here in this room. We should definitely check it out.
Rowan.
Yeah.
When we get inside, do you think you could persuade the proprietor to give us room 12?
Sure, I could.
Excellent. We can be your backup band if you need it. We've had practice. And I'll open the door for Rowan to lead it, to go in first.
Okay. Rowan, now you come in and Rowan, as you see it, there's people drinking, laughing, having fun, and many people just kind of. It's interesting. Some people are walking around drinking and kind of singing. Others seem to be sleeping on the floor in bedrolls. A few people together in various states of undress, and there is you do see this well-shaven human man who kind of notices you and go, "Oh, come to join the party, huh?"
Looks like it's already started without us. How's it going?
Good. Welcome to my dive.
Oh, this is your place.
Indeed, indeed, indeed. And it's been very popular as of late.
Any
As
chance
you
we
can see.
can get a place?
Sure. I got a few sections of floor over there. Just charge 2 copper a piece.
What about for 4 copper? Can I have room 12? I'm very superstitious. You see, number 12 speaks to me, and anything I do revolves around number 12. And I don't know that I'd be satisfied unless I get room 12.
I mean, I could give you the floor outside of room 12. I think no one has that yet.
Room 12 taken.
All the rooms are taken. Most of them are filled, every floor, a few shelves.
Oh. Rengar,
Yes.
room 12's taken.
Oh, can you point us towards the people that are in room 12? Maybe we can make a deal with them.
Do you happen to know who is staying in room 12?
Yeah, I'm not going to give this type of information. All I can say is, honestly, I'm pretty sure everyone who's staying in all the rooms is still in their rooms. I think they're sleeping in for the day.
Well, then the floor outside of room 12 is fine.
Yeah, we'll take the room outside of floor 12. The floor outside of room 12.
All right.
Master Bard.
All I have to say, of course, since you're not doing the common floor, that will be 3 copper each for that. So, Let's see, for you ought to be 12 copper.
Here we go. I'll pay for it. 12 copper.
There you go. Now, for those of you not in the illusion, you walk in. Everyone here is alive, but kind of passed out. Those moving seem to be sleepwalking, drinking in a just robotic way. No one be are all water. Oddly, as soon as they stop talking to the bartender, they like snap out of something, and they look at those of you not in the illusion. Need to get out of here. You won't resist it forever. And goes in and tries to pour water in some more people's mouths. It becomes too hard to leave eventually.
Good to know. Since I guess we couldn't hear anything that was being discussed, I guess Nala would just keep heading to room 12 thinking that Rowan's taking care of it.
I would follow Nala while just passing Rowan, just kind of whispering, "Don't drink the drink. Don't drink the Kool-Aid.
I was just about to order.
Are
Don't."
there stables outside?
The horses, if you so say.
Sorry, I missed that. Your mic cut out.
Oh,
for-
sorry. Yes, you can stable the horses
Okay.
for now. Though there's not water out there. That'll be the one thing you'd have to figure out.
It's more like it sounded like it censored you.
You're cussing all the time. Just
Does it keep doing it?
It's done it 3 times.
It's done it.
It's been a couple
Yeah,
of
like
times.
3
Yeah.
times.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's really weird. It's like beep.
All right, that should fix it for a little bit.
Alright.
So
I just like to imagine that you're added a flavorful word into.
Sorry about that. You move up the stairs and kind of have to step over a few people on there. All of them just seemingly being kept going by the care of this bartender, watering them essentially, doing the best you can. You move up. And there are a few people on the floors. 17 rooms seem to be on this floor that goes back quite a ways, and you find your way to room 12, which is currently closed.
Did anybody else look like they noticed me and Uravir? Or
Nope,
was it
just the bartender.
just the bartender? Okay.
It's the only person in the entire town that's done this.
And therefore, what Nala would do, I think, is like knock on room 12, just knock on the door.
No response.
Okay. Then she will try the key.
The key in, and as it enters, it thrums. You turn, boom, and the number changes to 11. And you open the door, and there is shining purple light inside that begins to manifest into a room that we will see when we come to this next week.
Of course.
Brutal. Ah.
those of you watching, we'll catch you next week as we continue in Kymal. Have a good one.
Good night.